Hello, let's see this picture. I made all the steps. I put all the steps together, so you can tell how I finished this step by step. And here is the first step. Very light, very lightly draw a shape. Mainly just you know get get the location, the proportion, and on the here when you're drawing this, if you're drawing this first, you're drawing this second, you see where this start, right? If you put this to correct, then you see where this come from, and how long, how this line slanted, what's the degree, what's this degree, right? That's the first step. It is map it, like put a composition, put everything on the right place. After that, now you have the right proportion, right place, then you start doing details. And after this, you start shading, where you can see the lights is from here, and that's why all those parts are in the shadow. So I start shading from the casting shadow here a little bit right here, because this is the whole thing is in the shadow. I'm trying to find the photograph and attach this so you can see the photograph too. Now this step, I'm start to darken the value. So this two things very interesting. This goes in, right? This is round, goes up. So if you want to making this, thinking about you want to draw something, draw a shadow, so that goes inside. So the value has to be dark, gradually light. And if you, let's see, if you do put everything like, if you shade everything like this, it's just going to look like a flat spot, right? See that? They're not going to look anything that goes in. It's just like, okay, that's a dark spot. So if you shade with dark and light, then it goes out and in. Probably lights is from here. That's why this part is a little bit lighter. So after that, let's go on to this step. This step, I'm start shading this. Do you see the dark side and lighter side make this oval, kind of three-dimensional, right? And with that, then this step I've just made it even darker, and you can see this is the core shadow. That's a little reflection here, right? That's a highlight. After this, now because this, remember the light is from here, so this part is the whole thing is in the dark side. So I've just shaded this part all dark in the shadow. So after I shaded this, so this and this actually is the same. Now you can see something very interesting is when the background is light, this looks very dark. But after I shade the background darker, and this thing become very light, right? Let me try if I do that again. If I'm shading this part, see? If I'm shading this part darker, see this thing become light again, right? So that's why the next step I darkened, so this and this is same value. I darkened this again. Then I darken this, you can see it gets more like three-dimensional, huh? And here darken this too. See, that's it. So darken this too. So can you see the goes the same like goes in, right? Goes in like this, goes in like that. This goes like this and goes like that, right? Totally different. I darken this and darkened the casting shadow too. So this one I'm shade the cutting board. It's darker than this side, this shadow. So if you're looking at this, you say, oh, that looks like exactly the same. Actually, I did a little bit on here. See this part? And it doesn't have it. That's the color of the cutting board. And for this one, I was thinking like, which one, which one I did it. Then I realized I probably did something right here, along here. You know, maybe darken this a little bit. Can't really find, I did something little bit. It's the last step, so I was trying to just touch ups, like little bit refine things, which sometimes hard to see. Maybe darken this part a little bit. See how like, and for this one, so this one interesting. This one actually, see this, I add a little bit detail on it. See that? See the difference between these two? I just add a little bit different. They have some line on here. So you can see how the process is so important of the process. Understand the process. With values, you always have to go back and forth, fix it. Like this looks good. After I put the background, it looks light, and then I darken it. So for value, you have to always check it, fix it, check it, fix it. It's not like, oh, I did this, that's done. I'm not going to touch that again. No, you always go to detail and sit back, look at the whole picture and check, then fixing it, touching up, get rid of something, draw more something, like, you know, those for the steps, the process is very important. Always draw detail at the same time, check the whole composition, the whole value, and everything, okay? Especially value. You always have to go back and forth to do it. And also the how to get to the detail, right? The last two lines there. You don't start when you're in the beginning. You add detail on. You do more and more and more. Then slower, slower, and slower, okay?